Hi, Luciana. Thank you
Hi,
for joining us.
thank you for having me.
Thank you. You worked with some of the world's leading advisory companies, and now you are closely connected to Spain's business and startup
Yep.
ecosystem, of course. We are
Yep.
really excited to listen your perspective and about Spain ecosystem.
Okay.
Let's start with you. Can you tell us about your journey?
Great. So I was born in Peru, but I've lived most of my life in Spain. So I've had a lot of exposure there. I did start with my background in big advisory firms like EY, Accenture, and Korn Ferry. And from there, my expertise sort of moved from like talent leadership. And my expertise now is advising founders and investors on scaling the businesses. And we work a lot in the Iberian region. Spain, obviously, right now is very attractive for a lot of founders and investors because it's a growing ecosystem, and I believe it has a lot of advantages. So that's one of the regions I think that's most attractive for founders in Europe, actually.
Yes, actually, as you mentioned,
Yep.
you worked with global companies like Korn Ferry and Ernst and Young.
Yep.
And which lessons from those experiences can help founders scale faster?
Well, I think a lot of the founders that I've spoken to actually come from Big Four experience or from big advisory firms like McKinsey and BCG. And I think what it helps a lot is being able to multitask, being able to adapt to different scenarios. I think that's a very good assets for founders and founder driven businesses because it allows you to adapt to each circumstance. Now, successful founders, what we've seen is that they need to adapt to certain different atmospheres and circumstances and try to be very cultural acceptance, for example, integrating different visions, different people from everywhere. I think that's what makes the best company scale. And they need to adapt from being a business of 10 people to being a business of 100 people. So I think that's one of the key things that they bring from having that big advisory exposure, I would say.
When it comes to culture, how do you think Spain's way of working?
Well, I think Spain is very attractive for founders and investors. For example, it's a very open ecosystem. It shares a lot of international hubs, especially Barcelona and Madrid. I would say those are the biggest. However, for example, regions like Malaga and Valencia, they're growing a lot, and also the attractiveness of finding good talent there. There's very good talent. There's very tech-driven talent as well. The ecosystem was a little bit tapped out.
Mhm.
Now, there's a lot of founders actually from abroad that are going to Spain and they're starting their business idea there and they're using Spain as a hub to scale up. So I would say they started being very pragmatic. Now they're being very open to international scaling, for example. And some of the clear examples are like Cabify, Global. These are big firms that became actual unicorns, and they started in Spain. Spain is very attractive because it's a gateway and an open to Latin America as well. I think the having the Spanish language, it opens up a lot of doors in Latin America. So that's why I think it's very attractive for founders and actually having the benefit of coming to Spain.
Yeah,
And
I
not only that, but
agree.
the weather also helps. It has good weather.
Definitely. It's an
Yeah,
important perspective, yes. Well,
exactly.
for founders from other countries, what makes
Yeah.
Spain a good place to go global?
Well, I think it's to start off, I think it has a lot of advantages. For example, there's great talent there that you can actually bring into the business, and it has a very cost efficient base. So, for example, you can get the same type of talent for less money and less salaries than compared to places like London or Paris. So, I think that's one of the advantages. So, in that sense, it's very cost efficient. You can get great talent, and I think also the quality of life. So it's a good way. It's being located in Spain or having a hub in Spain. It allows you to attract a lot of international people to actually come there. Whereas if you're based somewhere else, it may be a little bit difficult to attract up talent. So
Yes, that's really insightful. Thank you. Before we close, one tip for international
sure,
founders who want to
sure.
enter Spain's startup ecosystem. Just one tip.
One tip I would say, first of all, be patient and try to integrate yourself into the community because Spain is a very trustworthy community. For example, they want long-term partnerships, so it takes a little bit of time to get into the, I would say, the culture there. But once you're in, people there, they look for long-term partnerships. So, and it's also a good way to get your Spanish flowing as well. If you know a little bit of Spanish and you can perfect it, that's a good entry point as well.
Thank you so much, Luciana. This was really insightful. Hope to see you
Yeah.
again.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. See you. Hope to
Thank
see
you. Nice to meet you. Bye bye. Bye.